Well, Patricia, businesses did know that this was a possibility, so many of them were starting to make plans, but I think some of them were surprised by the timing of this ruling last week by the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals, and now they only have a couple of weeks until January 10th to put a policy in place and to create a log of vaccinated employees. Now, companies that want to offer testing as an option, as an alternative, they have until the middle of February to do that. So there's not a lot of time, especially since many companies might be seeing their employees taking time off this week and next week around the holidays. Something else companies need to decide is, do they want to offer that testing option or just require vaccines, especially as you just mentioned, testing remains hard to find. Unlike Biden's mandates on federal contractors, that is a choice that exists for companies with 100 or more workers.
All right, thank you very much. There's a lot to get through with all of this. We are seeing more mandates recently, including Yale New Haven Health requiring proof of vaccination for anyone who wants to visit one of their hospitals. And you did, I know, have a chance to talk with their chief clinical officer. What did he tell you, Mike?
Well, he said this is about protecting their staff and their patients, especially when you consider many of those patients would face higher risk of serious cases if they're infected. Now, unvaccinated people can show proof of a negative PCR test within 72 hours before visiting. And also, it's important to note this is for visitors only, not for people who need to check in as patients. Staff at these locations do have some leeway as well. Say if your spouse is in labor or your loved one is getting end-of-life care, there is some leniency to grant some exceptions, but otherwise, Yale New Haven is sending a message that it wants people vaccinated. Now, most other hospitals do not have similar policies, but I asked them if they're thinking of following Yale New Haven's lead here. I'll have more on that coming up on Eyewitness News at 5.